Mingalaba, this is the weekly highlight news of Radio and YouTube. I am James. Here is the news highlight for this week. Myanmar parliamentary delegations led by CRPH Chairman M.CDMMyanmar attend the UN high-level political forum on sustainable development in New York. The National Unity Government urges forcibly conscripted youth to join revolutionary forces. U.S. congressional committees approved 3 bills targeting Myanmar's military junta and other interesting news. These are the weekly news details. The Myanmar parliamentary delegations, led by Chairman of the Committee representing CRPH M.CDMMyanmar, participated in the United Nations High-Level Political Forum on Sustainable Development held at the UN headquarters in New York, USA on 22nd of July. The Interparliamentary Union IPU organized the forum under the theme Gender Equality and Health, Fast Forwarding Progress. At the forum, the Myanmar delegation highlighted the widespread destruction inflicted on Myanmar's healthcare sector following the military coup. They emphasized that due to the worsening poverty, the people of Myanmar are facing serious physical and mental health challenges. The delegation also pointed out that displaced civilians urgently need shelter, food, clean drinking water, and medicine, and appealed to the international community for increased humanitarian assistance. In addition, CRPH Chairman M.CDMMyanmar expressed his gratitude to Malaysia for its ongoing efforts concerning the Myanmar's crisis, urged it to continue to stand with the Myanmar people. The National Unity Government (NUG) has strongly urged young people who have been forcibly conscripted into the military by the terrorist military junta to remain vigilant to the developments on the ground and to contract the revolutionary forces and defect to the people's side at the earliest possible opportunity. The NUG emphasized that all conscripted soldiers who defect will be warmly welcomed by the National Unity Government and its aligned ethnic revolutionary organizations and will be safely protected within the community. The NUG condemns junta leader Myanmar and his junta for conscripting nearly 70,000 young people under the People's Military Service Law due to battlefield losses. These conscripted youth are sent to training camps and then to combat zones. The junta, striving for 4,000 conscripts per intake, has intensified arbitrary detentions to meet quotas. The NUG warns that the junta's military service law grants it broad authority, which is abuses by treating the lives and futures of Myanmar youth as expendable. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the National Unity Government issued an emergency statement on 24th of July, stating that in response to escalating military tensions between ASEAN member states, Thailand and Cambodia, the National Unity Government (NUG) has called for a peaceful and immediate resolution to the conflict. The statement flags particular worry for the safety of citizens in both countries as violence between Thailand and Cambodia has resulted in casualties. The NUG also asked Myanmar nationals who are currently residing, working, or traveling in Thailand and Cambodia's conflict-affected border regions to strictly adhere to the guidance, emergency instructions, and warnings issued by the relevant national security officials in their host countries for their own safety. As Thailand, Cambodian, and Myanmar nationals work together in the workplace and share living spaces, the NUG strongly encouraged Myanmar nationals to be careful and consider sharing or posting on social media that could further escalate the conflict. The White House has announced that 3 legislative bills aimed at sanctioning and pressuring Myanmar military junta have been approved by key U.S. congressional committees. The bills were passed on 22nd of July US time, 23rd of July Myanmar time, as junta leader Myanmar sought renewed diplomatic engagement with the US. The bills target to block Frank's imposed sanctions and hold the junta accountable for human rights abuses and war crimes. The bills include the No Funds for Burma Act HR 4423, prohibiting US funding to the junta, the Brave Burma Act HR 3190, expanding sanctions on military-linked entities and those supplying aviation fuel. It also plans increased IMF voting rights for Myanmar while the military remains in power and targets economic enabler of the junta. Burma Genocide Accountability and Protections at Burma GAP Act provides humanitarian assistance to Rohingya refugees and internally displaced people in Myanmar and supports accountability for genocides and war crimes. The base also promotes a federal democratic transitions inclusive of all ethnic groups in Myanmar. The Political Prisoner Network of Myanmar (PPNM) reported on 25th of July that political prisoner Ko Aung Naing So, also known as Kayin Lee, died in Pham prison after being brutally beaten by about 30 prison staff. PPNM alleged prison authorities falsely attributed his death to heart failure to cover up the incident. Ko Aung Naing So, serving a 7-year sentence under Section 505A, was deliberately left in a mix of what during a reshuffling, increasing his vulnerability. On 21st of July, he was reportedly beaten to death by prison officers. PPNM notes increased repression against political prisoners in Pham prison, with even minor gestures resulting in violent punishment, violating basic human rights. PPNM's statement included the names and identification numbers of the prison officials allegedly involved and called on the revolutionary forces to submit this information to judicial and accountability mechanism to pursue justice for Ko Aung Naing So's death. These are the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. We will present more interesting local news to you. Thanks for joining our news.